Hello, welcome to Yoga with Dagny. Happy to be here with you again for our second class. I hope you enjoyed the first one. Today we're going to do some yoga from a chair. So if you don't have a chair, take a minute and go and get one. Yeah, sometimes just sitting in a chair is a good thing. You know, it really can make our practice more accessible if we have an injury, if we can't get up and down as easily. So today we're going to just begin here in our chair. So find a seat. When we find a seat in the chair, rather than sitting back in the chair with your back against the chair, it's good to come up toward the front of the chair so that you can just sit up straight and see that your ankles are right beneath your knees. This will give you a nice alignment. So you want your knees right over your ankle, and you want to feel both of your sitting bones even on the chair. And then, of course, as always with yoga, we want to sit up nice and straight. So sometimes I'll just settle in, close my eyes to begin my practice. So I invite you to either close your eyes or just soften your gaze. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, just look slightly downward over the bridge of your nose. And then let's just take a couple of nice breaths to land here. So let's do a couple of what we call cleansing breaths in yoga. So in a cleansing breath, we take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do a couple more of those. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and another one. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. And we're going to begin today by just thinking a little bit about one of the principles of yoga. It's called one of the yamas, which are ethical precepts or things to follow. And the first one is it's called ahimsa, and it means non-harming or non-violence. So I want you to just close your eyes for a minute if you're comfortable doing that. And maybe just think about whether there's a behavior or a way of thinking that you have in your life, something that you do or think about someone else or yourself that is a little bit harmful. It might be, just negative self-talk, or maybe someone drives you crazy and you're passive aggressive to them, or, it can be pretty much anything. So just think about something in your life where maybe you're not the most loving to yourself or to someone else. And then just see if you can turn that thought around and see yourself practicing ahimsa. And ahimsa, in a positive translation, is bringing compassion or bringing love to the situation. So just take a moment to turn that thought around for yourself. See yourself doing something positive, maybe saying something positive to yourself. And then let's just seal that positivity with 3 big breaths, maybe making a commitment that during this week, we're going to practice ahimsa. We're going to practice non-harming, especially with ourselves. Maybe the way that we're talking or thinking about ourselves. So let's seal that positivity. Let's inhale the arms out and up. Taking it in and exhale through our mind into our heart. 2 more big breaths, opening up your shoulders. And 1 more. Good. And let's just get the breath moving with the arms a little bit more. So we're just going to inhale. We're going to sweep the arms out and up. And we're going to exhale, and we're going to bring the arms down, almost like you have big, beautiful wings. So let's do that a few times. Inhale, sweeping out and up through the nose. Exhaling through the nose, letting go. And again. Waking those arms up. Exhaling, letting go. Really, 1 more, exaggerating the movement. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, taking it down. Good. And then let's inhale our shoulders up to our ears. Let's exhale them down and back. See if you can make big circles while you're doing this. Really being kind to your body. Our shoulders are where so much stress can get lodged. So let's just roll them out a little bit. 1 more this way. Good. And then let's take it the opposite direction. Up toward the ears, forward and down. As you breathe, inhaling up, exhaling forward and down. Exhaling forward and down. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward and down. Good. Then interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward and inhale the arms up. Big breath. Bend the elbows slightly. Take the arms back slightly and take a big breath in and then exhale. Press up again. Good. Big breath in on the exhale. Let's just come up and over to the left just to stretch out a little our side bodies. Let's inhale up. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale up. 1 more time each way. Go a little deeper if you can. Inhale up. Exhale over. Oh. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, let those arms just flower on down. Up to the ears and down and back. Good. All right, let's just wake our wrists up a little bit. I've been having a little bit of wrist issues in my work today. I practice shiatsu, which is a form of massage all day long. And once in a while, my wrists get a little bit out of whack. So today, I'm practicing ahimsa with myself and just bringing compassion to my wrists and openness to my wrists. So 1 more time each way. A couple times in this direction. And then a couple times in the other direction. They might crack a little bit, that's all right. Always keeping the breath coming in and out through the nose. And then let's just point our fingers toward our hips. And then just straighten the arms forward a little bit. And see if you can try to get the whole backs of your hands as much as you can toward the wrist down on your thighs. Have your chest lifted up, your shoulders broad, and just gently maybe kind of lean forward into that, trying to keep the elbows a little bit straight and down, giving those wrists a nice little stretch. Maybe you can lean forward into that a little. Good, and then we'll come up and gently release that. Good, and we'll just do flex and extend for a moment there. Nice. Okay, let's take our hands and let's press the walls away. So my fingertips are pointing upward. I'm pressing the wall away. I'm taking a couple deep breaths. The tops of my shoulders are soft and my arms are active. And this really goes right to your heart. So nice deep breaths right into your heart center. See if you can keep your necks relaxed and soft. Good. Deep breath in. And then we'll exhale and release that down. Good. And then keeping your hands on your lap, feel the elbow points kind of reaching down. Lift your heart and chest up. We're just going to stretch our neck for a moment. So drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Trying to stay kind of long rather than crunching. And as you do this, feel these elbow points reaching downward to help with the stretch. Try to keep your torso upright so the stretch is just coming from your neck. Good, and then we'll inhale up to the center and we'll exhale the opposite direction. Trying to stay upright and broad and breathing. Maybe even smiling. Just being present to your neck. One more time each way. Big breath in. And exhale. Drop left. Elbow points reaching down. Shoulders kind of reaching down and back. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Reaching down through the shoulder and elbow. Inhale, center. And exhale, center. Big breath in. On the exhale, let's turn and gently just turn the neck. Keep your shoulders forward, but just turn the neck until you can look all the way out over that left shoulder. Nice big breath in and exhale slowly back to the center. Good, big breath in. Opposite direction. Maybe you can see that your chin is going out toward that shoulder. Maybe you can go a little further. Elbows down, shoulders down. Big breath in, exhale, center. And a few gentle neck circles in each direction. Drop your chin to your chest. And then rolling the head, being mindful of the places that are tight. Using the breath to go into them. Big circles, trying not to drop the head straight back, but when we're going to the back, seeing that you're extending the neck up and back. Oh, you might have some crunches in there like I do. Torso stays steady. It's just all rotating in the neck. Good. We'll pause when our chin comes to our chest. And then we'll take it in the opposite direction. Really finding range of motion up and back. Forward and down. Big, beautiful breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good. And then we'll just bring it up to center. Great. And let's bring the arms out to the side. Big breath in. On the exhale, let's take the left one beneath the right one and give ourselves a hug. See if you can reach back between the shoulder blades. Just gently wrap that. Good. And then we'll inhale and we'll stretch back out. Right beneath left. Hug. Stretch. Nice. Bringing it to stillness. Let's inhale, stretch back out. This time, left beneath right again. See if you can cross your arms as high as you can above the elbow. And then bend at the elbows and see, could you put your palms together? These are eagle arms, Garandasana arms. It should give you a nice little stretch between your shoulder blades. And just see if you can lift the elbows a little bit, broaden your chest if you can out against the stretch. So as if you were spreading your collarbones and breathe. Maybe that's not accessible and you can just hug your shoulders again. Either way is great. Big breath in, exhale, release. This time, right one will come on top first. And cross as high as you can and take that stretch again. Lifting at the elbows, breathing. And release. Good. So let's take that into kind of a full seated eagle posture. So we're going to take our right foot kind of in the center. Take your left one up and cross it over. See if you might be able to even tuck these toes toward that ankle at all. Find both sitting bones. Sit your torso up nice and straight. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to take the left beneath the right, cross as high as you can, and wrap. Lift the elbows up, take a deep breath and lift your chest. And maybe you can come forward a little bit. Keeping the chest lifted, keeping the hips kind of squeezing inward toward each other, continuing to broaden out through the collarbones. Inhale up, exhale, release the arms, and uncross the legs. Good. This time, we'll put that left one toward the center. Pick your right one up, cross it over. See, ooh, could I tuck those toes? Can I lift my torso? Can I inhale my arms out? This time, we're gonna take the right one beneath the left. On top of the left. Cross as high as you can. Wrap those arms. Lift those elbows. Deep breath in and exhale, come forward. Keeping your chest lifted. Gazing ahead, breathing. Nice shoulder stretch. Inhale up, exhale, release the arms, release the legs. Returning the feet beneath the knees, arms out to the side. Roll your palms up to heaven. See if you can roll them right from the top of your arms, really open. And then inhale them up. Really straight and tall. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, we're going to bend the left arm like you're going to tickle between your shoulders. And use your use your right arm to lift that elbow up. And then taking your right arm out to the side, turn your thumb to face downward. See if you can cross that arm all the way across your back so that you can see my fingers waving. See if you can get it all the way over. And then, once you've gotten it over, I'm just going to show you. If you can, start to creep it up toward the other one. You might not find it. You might just find your shirt or something, or you might find your fingers. But you're reaching toward the fingers. And you're just going to take a deep breath into that, trying to level your shoulders, breathing into any tightness. Good. And then we're going to inhale and take the left arm up, right arm up, exhale, release. Oh, that was a shoulder stretch. Arms out, roll those open, palms wide open, even take them back a little bit. Inhale them up. This time we're going to drop the right one down Use the left one to lift that elbow point, maybe take it back by your ear. Good, and then left arm out to the side. Roll that thumb forward, down, and back. Internal rotation. Creep it across, see if you can wave. Wave at the other side. And then slowly walking it up the back, seeking the other fingertips. Now, a tendency in this pose is to bring the head forward like this. Don't do that. See if you can lift the head up, lift the chest up, keep the arm lifting up. Stay in what we call Tadasana, or mountain pose in your torso. Nice and tall, so that all your vertebrae are aligned. Yes, finding alignment. When we find our alignment in our body, it helps us find alignment in our minds, our spirits, everything else. And then inhaling, coming up again with that right arm, left arm. Exhale, releasing that down. Whew, and just letting go. All right, so we're just going to give a little stretch to the outer hips next. So let's take the left. Make sure you're starting with your ankles right under your knees. And then we're going to take the left one and we're going to see, oh, can I cross it over? So try to cross that left ankle over your right knee. You might feel it out here. That's where it's often going to be felt. And then just take a minute to roll your toes. And so you're kind of making circles with your foot one direction and then the other. And this is really fun. I love doing this next thing. I take my hand and I pretend my foot is a hand. And I try to weave my fingers in between my toes, one finger between each toe, as if you were gonna hold hands with your foot. It feels really nice, especially since we're practicing self-love, compassion. You can use your hand and roll that foot a little bit. And even warm your toes if they're cold in the winter time. And then just give it a little massage. Oh, nice. Good. And then we'll release that one down. And we'll do the opposite side. The side's tighter for me. I don't know. Usually there's often an asymmetry in our bodies. See how this one comes up much higher for me. When that happens, for me, sometimes I'll try to roll my thigh a little bit. I'll try to roll the inner thigh up and the outer thigh down to help open that up. And then we're just going to take a minute and we're going to roll our ankle one direction. And then the other direction. Good. And then we'll interweave again. So interweave each finger in between your little toes. Oh, it's so nice to hold. It's really nice to hold your feet like a hand. It feels good. And maybe roll it a couple more times. Notice if you're breathing. Have you continued with your ujjayi breath in through the nose and out through the nose? The ujjayi breath in yoga is the breath of victory. It's because we're keeping our mind on our breath, and it's keeping us present to ourselves, present to our practice, present to the moment, out of our monkey minds. Maybe give that foot a couple nice squeezes. Good, and then we can release that down as well. And hopefully by now we're starting to feel a little more open on our shoulder. Let's do one more thing. Arms out, palms up, cap your shoulders, like you're holding the shoulder caps. And then we're gonna do big circles forward as we breathe. And then bringing that to pause, let's do nice circles back. Good. Okay, so I think what we're going to do next is we're going to come to standing. And we're going to do a few standing things. Actually, you know what? Before we stand up, I do want to do a couple more sitting down things. I got you up for nothing. I'm sorry. The first thing I want to do is just hold on, come to the edge of your seat, hold on, and let's just take the left foot out first, straight out, forward. And then holding the edge of your seat, lift your chest up. Take a deep breath. This will start to open our legs for when we do some standing work. So lift your chest, and then as if you were going to show me your beautiful necklace, or maybe there's someone across the room who you just love and you want to bring your heart toward them. All the while, the spine is staying nice and long. So this left leg here is straight, my toes going up toward the ceiling. My other one's remaining ankle over right under me, and I'm coming forward. Good. And breathing. Belly soft. And then we're going to inhale and we're going to come up and take that leg in. I'll just show you from the side on the other side so you see what I'm doing here. So this foot is remaining bent. This one is straight, toes up to heaven. I'm bringing my arms back behind me. Big breath in. And then I'm exhaling and I'm coming forward with a nice, long, straight spine. I'm getting a nice stretch through this hamstring here. Breathing into my belly. Enjoying the stretch. Good. And then we'll inhale and come back up. And exhale, release. And then let's just take a wide angle ballista. Edge of the chair again, just taking the legs out. Try not to get too close to the edge. I don't want to go flying off, but just enough that you can widen your legs to your level of comfort. Hold on to the chair behind you and just breathe. So what happens in this pose a lot of times is the knees want to cave forward. So try to get them to roll out. We're trying to get the tops of the thighs to roll out right from the top. Toes are going up, and if you can, holding onto the chair behind you, lift your chest, and maybe you can just come forward a little bit to deepen your stretch. Nice wide angle pose. And then we'll inhale and we'll come up and gently bend one leg and the other. And now we will stand up. And I'm just gonna fix this a little bit. Good. So I'm gonna show you a chair dog from the side. The reason I often like to do downward facing dog on a chair is because a lot of times people's wrists hurt when they do it on the floor. So this really can help a lot. So let's see if just want you to be able to see my chair a little bit better because this is really important. I'm going to take my hands out to the sides like this a little bit and put them right on the edge of the chair. Then from here, I'm going to step back, step back, step back a little bit so my arms become long and extended. And then what I'll do is my feet are as wide as my mat, or nearly so. I'm going to take the tops of my thighs back, like that. So the tops of my thighs are moving back. My hips are moving up and back. And so rather than being like this, you're making a nice long straight line all the way from your palms, all the way to your hips. Your neck is a nice natural extension of your spine. And you're breathing, and your shoulder blades are firm on your back. They're energetically moving down towards your hips. Your belly is energetically moving up towards your spine. And you're breathing. Nice deep breaths. So again, you don't want to be up like this. You want to think about your tops of your thighs coming up and back to bring you into a long line. And then just take a couple nice deep breaths there. Good, and keeping your feet right where they are. We're gonna inhale and we're gonna come forward. And then see if we can find a plank. So in our plank, our arms are straight, palms beneath the shoulders, and we're still reaching down through the heels, chest is lifted up. And just take a couple breaths there. Belly nestles up to the spine, and then taking the belly up toward the spine, we'll come back to dog. A breath there. Forward to plank. A breath there. And then we're going to come into up dog. So with up dog, you're going to drop your hips forward, but you're not going to let your legs come forward. You're going to reach back into the heels still. Lift your heart, lift your chest as if your heart's coming forward between your arms. And get a nice little back stretch. Deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale, lift the hips up and back. Coming back into your dog. And then from here, we're just going to do a little bit of breathing with down dog and up dog. So we're exhaled here into our down dog. We're going to inhale, we're going to come forward through plank, drop the hips, big breath in, reach back through the heels, and exhale back. And couple more of those at your own pace. Inhaling forward through plank, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale forward through plank. Dropping to up dog, reaching back through the heels. Exhale, down dog. And staying there. When we're in our down dog, we could actually lift the wrists, like we're not putting a lot of pressure on those wrists. We're just stabilizing. From here, look up at your chair and just gently walk forward till your feet are beneath your hips. Hands to the hips. And inhale and come on up. Good. Very nice. Okay, so next, we're gonna do a nice little posture here. Let me make sure you can see my chair again, I'm sorry. There we go. So a nice little posture here where we're gonna work on that external rotation. We're gonna roll the thigh out. We're gonna put our foot up on the chair. Good. And then from here, we're gonna see if we can get into Tadasana with our torso. And our standing leg foot, we're just gonna kick the heel out a little bit. Good. And then we're gonna think about lengthening our torso out over this leg. We might start to feel a little opening right here in this upper thigh. And then I'm gonna use my forearm on this thigh to sort of roll it back. Just a little bit. And as I roll that back, I'm gonna roll my torso forward and bring my arm out behind me. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, I'm going to bring it up and over for a nice reach here. And breathe. My heart's rolling up to the ceiling a little bit. I'm breathing. And then we'll inhale up and we'll take a modified warrior two. Good. And then gently step down. And then we'll do that to the other side. So let's just move our chair over to the other side. And we're going to bring the leg up. See that your ankle is beneath your knee on your standing leg. Maybe turn it in a little bit. Roll this thigh out. Torso forward. Warrior two. Then we're going to lengthen. We're going to lengthen this torso out over this front thigh. Plant your forearm on the leg. Roll it out a little bit. Keep long in this underside of the torso as you roll your heart up a little bit. arm back. Nice big breath in. Exhale, up and over. Good job. Big breath. Nice big stretch. Nice, and inhaling up. And then we'll exhale and we'll release that down. Awesome. Let's do one more little standing pose before we wind down. We're going to step our feet apart, and I'm going to turn this left foot out so that the toes are reaching under the chair. I'm going to turn these toes in a little bit. And then I'm going to reach. I'm going to reach as if I was going to push this chair over maybe. And again, it's this length in this underside of this body. It's this rolling out of this upper thigh. And then I'm just going to place my hand down on the chair. Roll up again, just like we did in the last pose with my torso. And lift up. This is like a modified triangle pose using the chair. Maybe you want to go deeper. If you do want to go deeper with this, you can widen your stance wider, like so. Take that back leg back. And then maybe you might want to come down to the elbow. Or maybe bring your hand down to your foot. And again, keep rolling open and breathing. If you can have both legs straight and strong, it's a good idea. And then pressing into the feet, we're going to inhale to come up, turn both feet to face forward, and step our feet together. Whew, that felt good. Now we'll do the other side. Feet step wide apart. Turn the front toes under the chair, rolling the thigh out. Back toes come in just a little bit, ground through the back heel. Arms out. Big breath in. And then start to lengthen this front torso over the front leg. Maybe push the chair away. Maybe bring your hand down to it. And then the opposite arm can rise up. If you want to deepen, widen your stance a little more. Maybe you want to bring the hand down to your shin. Keep rolling up through the torso. Breathing. Stretching. Maybe it was fine to be right here and that was enough. Maybe you wanted to take it down to the elbow. And then inhale, come on up. Turn both feet to face forward. Step your feet together. Good. And then just roll the shoulders out. All right, so let's just do a quick little twist before we rest. So what I'll have us do is, let's just sit down on our chair. Have your feet beneath your knees. And we're going to take a deep breath in and bring the arms up. On the exhale, roll your belly toward the back of your chair. Your back hand goes behind you, the front one to the back of the chair. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, just pull yourself around a little bit. So you're twisting toward the back of your chair. Hips stay level. Nice little twist. Big breath in. Exhale back to the center. And then you can just turn around in your chair, like so. And then arms up, big breath in. Exhale, roll the belly to the back of the chair. One hand behind, other to the back of the chair. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, pull yourself around and revolve. With each inhalation, you get longer. Exhale, come deeper by twisting. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly back to the center. And then last but not least, we're going to come up for a little rest. So just moving your chair aside, we're going to lay on our backs. for Shavasana, final resting pose. When we lay on our backs, don't be afraid to take up a lot of space. I like to let my feet be as wide as my mat, my arms by my sides, and just gently close my eyes. Shavasana means corpse pose. So it's a moment where we're just letting go in our bodies and letting our eyes close and allowing ourselves to integrate the benefits of our practice. So just letting your body just melt onto the earth, releasing the legs, letting go of your hips and buttocks, releasing your arms and shoulders, letting the face soften. Letting your eyes sink back in your head. And just letting your body be held. And release. And just allowing yourself to stay in this place of presence on your mat, flat on your back. This place of softness and openness. Embracing reverence and love for all, ahimsa, we experience oneness. When we refuse to take the time to treat our bodies, emotions, and minds with reverence and love, they will often remind us, not so kindly, by failing to respond when we need them. Our ability to think clearly recedes. We may experience sadness or depression. After a time, our lack of ease may allow disease to creep into our life. Then we are obliged to take time for ourselves. It is much more pleasant and fun to do it willingly before any dis-ease invites itself to your life. Love for oneself is love for all. So very gently hug your knees up to your chest. Roll to the right side and gently come to a seat. Thank you for joining me for a practice today. Treat yourself with love and kindness. You deserve it. You're beautiful. Namaste. I will see you next week.